Seating is very formal, okay? Relating with this person, here's how to sell it. Or if you're trying to make an alliance, which is the big thing in our business, is strategic alliances, here's how to build a significant relationship with these people, is to get that dynamic connection with this person, get to the point as quickly as possible, okay? So this person offer a concise explanation and focus on outcome rather than process, okay? I took some cliff notes here. Here's basically what they want to know. What's the bottom line? How's this going to benefit me? What's it going to cost me? How much money will this make or save me? And when's the project going to be completed? That's the nuts and bolts of it. Get to that first, and certainly we have to make a friend, but you're going to have a shorter time frame to do that. They're going to want you to get to business, okay? And they actually like it. Relating with this person, avoid personal issues, especially theirs. They don't appreciate you getting too close and engaging them, like, how was your weekend? Instead of that, suggest books or business strategy. Hey, have you read the new Kiyosaki book? They're avid readers. That would be something that would be a lot better than asking them about small talk. Stay focused on the topic at hand. Aggressors, again, don't want to know your process that you use to arrive at your conclusion. They just want you to sum up with a call, like one call to action, generally one they can delegate it because they're going to delegate it anyways. These people are big delegators, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with that because you have 80-20 rule, right? 20% of the tasks you focus on make 80% of the money and vice versa. 80% of what most people waste their time, they're going to delegate it because they know it's busy work, and that's fine, okay? Reaching an aggressor, consider promoting speedy service, bottom line savings, solid no-hassle guarantees. Everybody know somebody like this? All right. Pretty simple stuff. Now, let's do a real quick recap. Do you have a question?
Yeah. What if you find yourself in more than one of the personalities?
I'm going to address it right now. I knew that was coming. We got visionary. Does everybody remember which one that is? Analytical type. Expressive, right? Giver, C. Lee, before you leave. Aggressor, Chase Barfield. Okay? Lee's got a lot of these. You're going to see. Okay, now. Structuring your company properly. Here's the thing. You have to have the right people in the right position from the gate. So when I look at a company, even a large company, I want to see, I'm not going to care about who I think the sharp people are or who I make the most dynamic connection with. I'm going to look at the field, not the person, and say, in this category of the business or in this department, what type of person should be here? And then I'm going to go and meet everybody to see if they're that personality type. And you'll be really surprised when you look at it from this way instead of the person, okay? The company's going to run a lot more efficient if you do it from the start. Example, you're restructuring. Let's say I go to even a big level, like Fortune 5. Let's say that the company has 14 different departments, okay? And I go in. The first thing I would do, I could do a whole company restructure in probably 2 days. The first day, all I would do is meet with the person that hired me, make sure they were going to pay me. And then I would say, how many departments do you have? 14 departments? Here's all I want the first day. I want you to set up a meeting in 30-minute intervals for me with the department heads. And all I want you to do is, like, I want to meet with a department head at 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, all day. And I want them to just introduce themselves and then introduce me to their team. That's it. That's all I want to do the first day. So I'm going to go through the departments and I'm going to say, okay, what do you guys do in this department? Well, we're computer programmers. What personality do you want? Visionary, right? I'll say, okay, what's your name? This is our department head, Steve. I'm Steve. Hey, Steve. I'm going to be like, hey, Steve. Perfect. Right? And I'll say, okay, introduce me to your people. Hey, this is Bob. Hey, Bob, how you doing? I'm Dan. Pretty good. Oh, right on. And hey, I'm Mary. Hey, I'm Susan. Hey, what's your name? Hey, I'm Dan. What's your name? I'm Dan too. You Dan? Hey, are we getting fired or what? That's the rumor, Dan. I'm like, hey, no, not necessarily, Dan. Do me a favor. Step forward, would you, buddy? All right. Hey, what's your name? Bill. And Mary, and so, and Bob. Hey, I'm Bob. Okay, Bob, you know Dan, right? Okay, come forward, right? And then I'm going to go to the next department, and I'm going to see, let's say I go to the sales department. Who do I want?
Dan and Bob.
Expressive, right? So what's your name? Hey, I'm the sales manager here. Right on. And introduce me to your people. Hey, I'm Mary. Hey, I'm Bob. Hey, what's your name? Steve. I've been here 25 years. I'm like, how do you like sales? I like it. It's a job. Pays the bills. All right, Steve. Step forward, would you? And I'm going to go through and I'm going to find the people that aren't expressive. Right? Let's say I go to an HR department. Who do you want in HR? You want people that will take a mountain back into a molehill, right? The last thing you want is an aggressor in HR. Hey, man, let me tell you, you're screwed, baby. You're going to sue us. Hey, get in line, man. The warranty's out. Hey, man. They hang up. Dan, remember that lady? Took care of it. No big deal. I'm like, really? 3 months later, I get a letter, right? So you have to figure out, I want a giver, right? Or let's say that you're dealing with somebody in financial, like people that are in charge of your money, CFO. Who do you want? You want visionaries with aggressor traits, right? Aggressors are very visionary. You're going to want one of the two that's going to crunch a penny to the fraction. I mean, you want to open the day with a starting balance and close the day with a balance every day. An expressive is like, hey, what's our balance in that one account? Dude, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. When they don't know what your balance is, that's some serious problems. So you want somebody either aggressive or visionary, right? How about somebody that's actually negotiating? You're going to want aggressive, right? With maybe giver traits. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Question number one would be, why is the average sale, regardless of product or service, regardless of price point, the average closing ratio in the U.S. for hunters is 25%? Because it is. Doesn't matter if it's a $100 product, $1,000 product, doesn't matter what price point. You see 4 qualified prospects, somebody should do business with you. Yeah, when you worked up your shtick, so to speak, when you worked up your talk or your presentation, you worked it up in your personality type, right? So based on your perception, you were saying, I think these are the things people want to know. Nobody cares about this, this, or this, or this. These are going to be the hot buttons based on your perception or your hot buttons, right? So it's a very expressive presentation. And now about every 4 people you talk to, you're going to find somebody that it totally resonates with. You ever met somebody and then right out of the gate, it's like you've known them for a million years, like, God, this guy gets me, right? Probably that's a guy that you landed on that's a very similar personality, and what you have, it's like ideally was suited for him. It was like written for him, right? And he just something about it resonates. So that's why it's 1 out of 4. And we've all heard like sales is a numbers game. You know, that's true if you just show 4, you get 1, show 8, you get 2, show 12, you get 3. That's true. But I think sales is pegging the one that had the need, or maybe you made that connection with, and then getting the other 3 that were different, that didn't want to make a decision tonight. See, that's not numbers. That's a learned process, right? So you got to watch out for that. Now, most people will fall into a category, but they'll have traits of other ones. You guys notice that? Like normally 80 or 90% of us will fall into a certain thing, but I was a little visionary and a little this or a little that. That's because people that are significant to us over the years, that were married or children or people that raised us, if you are a very expressive person, but your mom or your dad or your wife is visionary, you're probably going to have better organizational and management or money skills than the average expressive. You see what I'm saying? Or if you're very visionary and you live with expressives, you're going to probably have better people skills than normal. But you have to look at, where did you start? See, I know a lot of people today that are fire and brimstone. They seem very expressive. And I'll say, what personality is he? And they'll be like, expressive. And I'm like, no, he's giver. See, he started giver, and you can actually tell, like, where did this guy start in 6th grade? Was he that guy? Or was he more shy, and over the years he developed better people skills? You have to separate what's natural and what's developed. Because when pain and discomfort set in, when you're trying to achieve goals and you experience pain and discomfort, people resort back to the norm. It's kind of like this. They say that if somebody has never been in a fight in their life, and you teach them how to box, classic, you know, jab, jab, punch, then when they get slugged in the face, the only thing they know is combinations and exactly what they practice. You get a guy that street fight all the time, in fights every week, teach him how to box. He might be a good boxer, but as soon as he gets slugged in the face, all that's going to go out the window, he's going to tackle you, right? So you got to think of what is the norm and what's developed, because a lot of times under severe pain and discomfort, like going towards our goals, they resort back to what the norm is. And a certain amount's definitely developed, okay? Now you probably notice not only do people fall into certain personality types, but if you're a speaker, you know that even certain rooms can develop, it actually takes on its own personality. Would you agree? Sometimes the crowd is a more visionary crowd, and I just blame that they're visionary and it's not me. Sometimes they're very expressive or aggressor, right? They'll actually develop their own personality.